what's up you guys? It's Alexis Marie here. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification so you know when there's a new video coming out. Today is Thanksgiving, so I'm doing a little bit of Thanksgiving prep. I'm just gonna kind of like vlog bits here and there just for, you know, my own record and just because I thought it'd be fun to vlog for today. So right now I am just cutting up some potatoes. I'm gonna make mashed potatoes and then I'm gonna make green bean casserole, macaroni, and of course like gravy and cranberry sauce. And right now my husband has the turkey in the oven. He is the turkey baker, whatever, turkey person in the family. I am not. So he usually does the turkey, does all the turkey prep, and then I do like the sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up these mashed potatoes. I'm probably going to do like a fast forward clip of me getting everything together. Yeah, I didn't make any I actually am making a dessert, two desserts. I'm making a pineapple dump cake and a peach cobbler for my husband because that's really the only type of dessert that he really likes is the peach cobbler. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my prep and yeah, just vlog a little bit of today. So I hope you guys are having a happy Thanksgiving. If you see this later on down the line, I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving and I just hope y'all have a really good day. Alright, so here I'm just chopping up some potatoes. I believe these are the golden white potatoes. I'm just chopping them up in smaller pieces so that they can cook a lot faster. I really like the golden white potatoes because I feel like the mashed potatoes just come out a lot more creamy and they just taste a lot better in my opinion than the russet ones. Alright, so we got the mashed potatoes.
Put them in there.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah, we'll lock it so it doesn't come up. Turn off the fan.
How come I'm doing it?
Okay.
Ah!
I'm gonna let it spin a little bit so it gets kind of mushy. Okay. And now we're gonna add.
What? This.
Now we're gonna add our butter.
Put it off.
Okay. Okay, that's enough.
Okay.
Alright, so we added unsalted butter.
It's been
Now we
there.
add more at the end. Okay, now we have some cream cheese.
This one?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, cut it up into a little bit so it's easier to put in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mommy. Down. My turn. Down. And down. And like this there.
Alright.
What's this?
A little bit of milk.
Yeah, a
A little bit of milk.
Got with
Sour cream.
yeah, donkey. Where my daddy? I can see her. Oh, there's my daddy.
Alright. Want to put that in there? Okay. Alright, so I just decided to forward this a little bit. I'm just seasoning it with some salt and some black pepper. Oh, Bella dancing. And then some garlic powder. Of course, season it to your liking. These are just the seasonings that I use and that I like. Here I'm just making sure the consistency is good, but I think it needed just a little bit more seasoning.
I'm gonna taste it.
You want to taste it? Okay. Here's a spoon.
They're mine. This one?
Yeah. But be careful because it might be a little hot. Blow on it.
What's happening to your nose?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What happened to my nose?
Look. What's happening to your nose? Go down. Yum.
Let's see.
Yum.
I think it needs.
That's so yummy.
A little bit more pepper.
More. And more too. More. And start. And not taste. No.
That's you.
I did again. But you want to take it off?
Was it good?
Mm-hmm.
Is it perfect?
Mm-hmm. I put it.
Good. Alright, here I'm just making the cornbread that I was supposed to make last night. It is just the sweet yellow cornbread bag mix. I just follow the directions on the bag, and now I'm just putting it on a baking sheet so that it cooks faster. And I'm just spreading it. The sheet makes it easier to cut. I know some people just grab it and tear it up and then add the stock, but I personally like the squares, and I just put it in the oven according to the bag's directions. Here I'm just cutting it up, like I said, into squares, and yeah, I'm just cutting it up into squares just so it's easier to transfer into the baking dish, because I'm going to put it back in the oven to let it dry out a little bit more. Of course, my husband has to take some. Yeah, so I'm just transferring it to the baking dish I'm going to use for it. Of course, I have to test it out. Just trying to see how dry it is, because I do want it a little bit more dry for the stock. And here's what goes in it: celery, onion, and dried cranberries, and a Granny Smith apple. Right here, I'm just using the sweet onion, I believe, and then I'm just adding the extra bits that I don't need into the stock behind me. And I'll let you guys know what I have in the stock coming up. So I'm just going to dice up the onion into smaller pieces. So once I put it in the pan, their texture can go down and get soft a lot quicker. I personally like smaller pieces of onion. Sometimes I even put it just in the food processor a little bit, just to really smush them down. So here I'm just cutting off the ends of the celery and adding it to the stock pot. I'm just going to dice up the celery like I did the onion, and I'm adding it to the colander in front of me because I am gonna rinse out these veggies before I put them on the stove. Here I'm just dicing up the Granny Smith apple. The Granny Smith apple counteracts well with the sweetness of the sweet onion, so really I think Granny Smith apple would probably be the only type of apple to go into stuffing because it does have a tart taste to it. But it counteracts well with the dried cranberries and the sweet onion. You can also add bacon or pork sausage to this if you like. I've added it before and it actually comes out really good. But this year I'm just using the celery, onion, apple, and the dried cranberry. So here I'm just adding it to a pot with an already melted stick of butter. Here I'm adding some chicken stock so it can reduce. And then I'm adding the turkey drippings for some added flavor. Now I'm just adding it to the baking dish and going to mix it up. Next, I'm going to show you guys the cranberry sauce. Here I have a cinnamon stick, orange slices, and cranberries, and sugar and water. Oh, and this is the final product of the cranberry sauce. It actually tastes really good. I think I put a little bit too much water so the consistency is kind of off, but it tastes really good. So I guess that's the good part about it. Alright, so here I'm doing the base of the green bean casserole. It's onion, garlic, and bacon. This year I'm just using regular frozen green beans, French cut, and here's half a block of cream cheese, cream of mushroom, and then a little bit of Kobe Jack cheese. Of course, add it to your liking. A little bit of sour cream and Worcestershire sauce. It actually goes really well with the flavor of the bacon, and then some salt, pepper, and some garlic powder. Of course, everybody seasons things differently, season to your liking. And I'm just going to mix this up until the green beans on the stove are done. They're done. I'm going to drain out the extra liquid and I'm going to add it to a baking dish. I think I mixed a little bit too much of the filling, so I'm just going to use as much as I need for that little bit of green beans. So I'm just going to mix it up really well and then even it out in the baking dish. As you can see here. And then I'm going to add back some more cheese. And then I'll just use the remainder cheese for the mac and cheese. And then I'm going to use French onions on top. And that's it. Just put it in the oven, 375 for 40 minutes. Alright, so I think I didn't hit record on the stock I'm making for the gravy. So I'm just going to show you guys exactly what I put in there. I got the guts from the turkey that come inside the turkey. I put that in water, and I also put some bouillon, some Goya bouillon, some onion powder, a little bit of thyme, and a little bit of rosemary, and then just salt and pepper, and I think garlic. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. This is what it currently looks like. Again, this is just the stock for the gravy, and I also put a little bit of it mixed with chicken stock into the stuffing. So, all right. So here I'm just building the roux for the gravy. It's a stick of butter and about half a cup of flour. Here I'm just adding some seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic. And I'm gonna let that thicken up a little bit before I start adding some of the stock. So yeah, I just mix it up. Depending on how you like your gravy, thick or a little more runny, you can let it thicken up a little bit more. Here I'm just adding a couple of little bowlfuls of that stock I made. And I'm just whisking it to let it thicken up a little bit. I think I like the texture here, so I think I'm going to let it stay to this consistency. Just the macaroni and cheese, so I'm adding onion and a bouillon packet to the boiling water with the noodles. Now I'm building the roux, the same as the gravy, a stick of butter, and about half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of flour. This one I'm going to let thicken up a lot more than the gravy because I want the cheese sauce to be thick to adhere to the noodles. So I'm just going to keep on stirring it till it gets to a good consistency, and then I'm going to add milk. Sometimes you can add heavy cream for it to thicken up a lot faster, so it just really depends on you. Alright, so I've brought the roux to a good thick consistency. I'm going to start adding my cheeses. Here's the remainder of the Kobe Jack cheese. And you can use any cheeses you like. These are just the cheeses I like. Mild cheddar, sharp cheddar, and I'm using about half of the bag here because I'm going to use the rest of those 2 bags for the topping. And I'm going to just mix this up till it gets a little bit more creamier. I also add some seasoning and half a block of that cream cheese that was left over from the green bean casserole. The cheese sauce is ready, so now I've just strained the noodles and I'm adding the cheese sauce to the pan. I'm just gonna mix it. And I think I added a little bit more seasoning into it. And then I just made like a little custard with a little bit of milk and an egg. I've never tried this before, but I saw some recipes add an egg, so I decided to just go ahead and add an egg just to be different. Since it's just us, I decided to experiment. So here I'm just leveling it and then adding the remainder of the 2 cheese bags that I had left. And then I would typically put foil over this, but somehow it got misplaced. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it go in the oven with the green bean casserole about 40 to 45 minutes. And the last thing is the rolls. This time I'm using the Hawaiian brown and serve rolls. I've never used these before, but they were actually really good. So I'm just going to put them on the baking dish, and next I'm going to show you guys the final products of all the dishes I made today. Thank you for watching. So this is how everything turned out. Here's the mac and cheese, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, turkey, rolls, gravy, cranberry sauce, and stuffing. Good, Bella?
Yeah.
So good. Is it good?
Oh, it's amazing.
It's good, Stella. Yeah, yummy, yummy. Yummy, yummy.